guys, we just got the pasture marked out in 1 acre increments for the most part. Another cowboy hat day because it feels way too good to not be wearing one. I don't know if you can tell behind me, probably not, but it's that drought killed us, man. It's all dry, the sheep ate it all up. Unfortunately, we didn't really have a good plan, so it was overgrazed. The drought just didn't really allow it to come back, and it's really never been fertilized or anything like that before, except for that one patch that I did last year in a previous video. So going into next year, we drew up a nice big plan, and I'll do like a little voiceover thing to show you what our plan for next year is. But in order to get to that point, I've got to get some seed and fertilizer on this just so that we have something to start off with, because as of right now, we're just out of grass. That's why we winter pinned the sheep in the last video. So yeah, I got a white clover and ryegrass mix we're going to put down today, and we're going to do one more overseeding before we put the sheep back out next season. So let's get to it.
Goofy.
Who's Goofy? Nah.
Go fast.
Go fast, Mama.
Go fast, Mama.
I'll do 3 scoops of clover per bag of seed. Got a lot of it. Okay guys, I'm going to explain next year's plan. That way, hopefully we don't have to overseed and fertilize anymore. Hope's running around playing. Hope's getting on Brooklyn now, so the camera might get wobbly. So, I'm going to show you next year's plan, rotation plan, so hopefully we don't have to seed and fertilize again. So, can you see this okay?
Trying to focus it, but pretty much.
Okay, so right here is the winter pen where we put the sheep in last time. And we've measured this out to where this will accurately reflect the actual size of the length of the pasture and everything. Each one of these is going to be 2 strands of our electric netting that we use. It's 164 foot. It's 100 foot by 64 foot, so each strand is 164 foot. So what we'll do is, at the beginning of the year, we'll take them out of the pen, and then I wrote it down somewhere. I don't have it off the top of my head, but either every week or every 2 weeks we're going to move them to the next spot, and we've got marked out where our energizers are going to go and everything. By the second week, what we're going to do is put pasture boxes, and we're going to do pasture poultry behind them, so that when the sheep have laid their droppings, the chickens will come behind and scratch them in, and we can fertilize the pasture kind of naturally that way and not overgraze it. And the other benefit will be that we get pasture-raised poultry to sell off of that. So they'll go through this array, come up through here, come down, back around, and then here will be roughly September-ish. So we still won't fully be ready to put them back in the winter pen. So what we're going to do then is load them up in the trailer, kind of like we did in the last video, and take them to the front. And we're going to just rotate them just side by side here, and this is just kind of unused pasture. The benefit to this is going to be garden for a lot of the spring season, and what we're kind of envisioning or imagining is that we'll pretty much have everything harvested and we'll be done gardening by roughly September, October, and so they can come through and eat up all the stems and leaves and whatever of whatever we've planted. So by the time they get out here, it should be roughly October 15th, November 1st, where we can put them in the fall pen for lambing and for breeding. So we'll have two lambings on pasture, which is fine. That's what we did this year, and it worked out fine. So we'll have 2 pasture lambings throughout the year, and then through the winter they'll get hay and breed. So that's the plan. Let's hope it works out. Kick it. Kick it. Oh, good job. All right, guys, it's day 2 of revamping the pasture. And yesterday I got all the seed and clover put down. I didn't quite have time to fertilize. We had some other things going on, so today it's late, it's about 6 o'clock in the evening, but I think I can get it done. Oh no.
Oh no.
I've got some haymaker here. This is a liquid fertilizer you mix with water and dye. It's a 18-3-4 fertilizer, so a lot of nitrogen in it. And I've got some blue dye indicator so that I'll know where I've sprayed. As you can see, there's blue dye everywhere now. I don't know if you can see that. Anyway, let's get it done.
Yeah.